Hallo miteinander, I'm Gish86 and this is Nitroid, the trial version to be exact. We're going on a quest for science. We have to help Nitori Kawashiro claim the power of nuclear fusion for herself. Our ally on this mission is Marisa Kirisame, the witch that you saw on the right. But she's an NPC, we only control Nitori. She can walk around, duck, and jump all she likes. But well, that's pretty much all she can do. Luckily, over the course of this game, we will get some neat new tools that will help us progress through the levels. Right now, however, we are only on foot and have no equipment. We have to avoid all the enemies that we see. And while we're at it, we can grab all these mushrooms that are scattered around everywhere. Now in the trial version of this game, the mushrooms don't have an actual use. You can just collect them for collecting's sake. But in the full version of this game, you can trade them in at Marisa's shop for upgrades and other neat goodies. Because Marisa really values those mushrooms. Now, this game is obviously a platformer, and despite the name Nitroid, it's not all that action heavy. It focuses much more around careful jumping and solving puzzles, for example by pressing the right switches. Here's our first ability that we've gained. Before we could only move around really sluggishly, but now we've gained the ability to run. Let's pass up these crazy looking guys. Those are actually walking fuzzballs called Kedama. And another kind of enemy are these rabbit girls on pogo sticks. No, you're not crazy, I can see them too. Yeah, really weird enemies and characters in this game, aren't there? That's because they're all from Toho. Now, many viewers will probably know already what Toho is, but for the rest, Toho is one of the most popular doujin franchises. Doujin being Japanese independent games. Now, all the doujin developers are free to use these resources from the Toho franchise. Because that franchise is so popular, all these characters are really established, and very many developers decide to have them in their games. And Nitroid is exactly one of those fan games. Now, in these first few screens that I'm going through right now, they're not actually laden with puzzles, as you can see. Their purpose is more to get you used to the controls, to get you used to the mechanics, to how enemies work, and to a few more gimmicks, like these blocks that break away when you step on them, or these towers that extend. Now, about the enemies that we've been seeing throughout until now, you might have noticed that I'm not really attacking or fighting them in any way. That's because I can't. We are completely defenseless right now. All we can do is avoid enemies, run away, and be just scared little cowards. Isn't it sad? Now, with some tools that we can get in the trial version, that may change. Should have pressed that switch a little bit later, but because I didn't, I got hit. Oh, there's the first key we can collect. I'll briefly show you the status screen. It shows us all the tools that we have. Right now we have none at all. It also shows us the number of keys and how many UFOs we've collected. Now, UFOs, what might those do? It's not relevant right now, so I'll save it for later. Thing is, we can progress to stage 1-4 now. And in this room, we can get our first tool, the drill. But before that, we must activate these platforms and quickly scale these platforms, because they only stay active for a short amount of time. You also need to have the blue switch off, or else we'll get stuck later. Now the path is clear to pick up the drill. It has two functions actually. First one is, we can use it to drill through the brown blocks that are pretty much scattered around anywhere. It also has a secondary function that we'll see soon, because there is another, we need to use them to get an upgrade in this room. There is a golden cucumber around. If we pick that one up, our maximum energy will increase, enabling us to use our tools more frequently. There it is, and the secondary function is defying gravity. What, you didn't expect that? It's common sense that drills can do that. Despite its many functions, the drill is not actually a weapon. You cannot harm enemies at all with it. This ain't Bioshock 2, you know. There is another key in the very first area of the game, and now with the drill we can get that one as well. Now this looks like a good place to stop. I'm Gesh86, this was Nitroid, and next time some actual puzzles. Bis bald!